I love this show. It's so intricate, it's great, and it's such a theorizable little thing. It's dynamic because it's a TV show, so it allows for predictions, unlike my typical theories which follow movies. And after watching only one episode into season 14, yes, I'm writing this immediately after the recent premiere, I already have a theory. Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and this show's theories may not get the most views on my channel, but I still love coming up with them. And a good 10,000 people also enjoy it, so I will persist with this show. Oh, and for those of you who are fans of Once Upon a Time, I am still working on that massive timeline video I promised. It'll just take quite a long time. So anyways, on to my theory. It might be an obvious assumption to some, or maybe I even missed something when recalling the recent episodes, but here it goes. I don't think Lucifer is dead. Now this is just based off of what I've observed in the show myself. This has nothing to do with previous theories or ideas by others or myself even, and so here's what I think. I don't think his death was as real as we're led to believe by the indications from the producers and actors. Lucifer is not stupid enough to die like he supposedly did, and he's very motivated to fulfill his vision for the universe at this point. And we know archangels can fake death with wings and whatnot, as we see with Gabriel, who Lucifer didn't second guess the death of in the 5th season. So what happened? How do we know if Lucifer is dead or not? All I can say is that the whole death thing looked forced, faked, and unlike anything else we've seen from archangels. Lucifer's modded out his eye color, sure, but other than that, he's the same as any other archangel. We know the death can be faked, as Gabriel has shown us, and so, I believe Lucifer is pretending to be Nick, his vessel. Nick has gone through a rather traumatic 8 or so years. Tricked and possessed by Lucifer, then ditched by Lucifer, left to die, repaired atomically by Crowley, repossessed by Lucifer, tortured in an alternate reality, stabbed with one of the most powerful weapons in existence, and then burning to what appeared to be literal death. My point is, Nick is dead. Long dead. Even after Lucifer supposedly being burnt out of him, Nick would have bled out and his back would have snapped from falling in the church. As all angels eventually do to their vessel, Nick's soul was burnt from his body in likely an instant after Lucifer's possession, so he could see his wife and child in heaven. Sam doesn't know this as he wasn't there for Nick's initial possession. Nick's gone. Because again, there's no way in actual hell he could have survived years of being ditched in a ditch without food, life, anything at all. Nick is long gone. There is no way he is in there. I hope Sam really isn't falling for Lucifer's trick, because honestly, it's like Lucifer and the show itself are just dangling this elephant in the room here to mock and torment Sam and the viewers. Lucifer is faking it. Faking pain, faking humanity, faking nightmares, faking it all. All of the characters who see him now are on edge, and us, the viewers, are too. And for good reason. This is Lucifer, either rebuilding his power and grace to infiltrate the bunker, or perhaps even make the decision to lead a normal, insidious, almost human life, with the people he's closest to, his enemies. So then the question, how did he fake his death? Well, I can see one of two ways being the answer. Either the Archangel Blade is a fake, or Jack's powers inside of Lucifer prevented his death. After all, they intentionally never showed Jack getting stabbed by the Archangel Blade, so it leads me to believe it won't work on his powers. They even got so close as to show Jack beginning to cut himself in the season 13 finale. They teased us by not giving us the true answer none of the in-show characters actually know. We know the blade can cut out Jack's grace, but a normal angel blade can remove the grace from an archangel, as we've seen with Lucifer. All of this is irrelevant though, because Lucifer had the combined power of himself and Jack, which ultimately could have outdone the blade anyways. So all in all, the blade likely wouldn't have worked in theory, but here comes the other half of my hypothesis. the blade was a fake anyways. Archangel Blades got a revamp in Season 13. They became sharper and twisty. We all assumed this was a subtle retcon from when, back in the 5th season, it looked just like a normal angel blade. I think this is incorrect. None of the characters acknowledge its new appearance, but we are never made aware of how exactly Asmodeus stumbled upon the twisty blade. Coincidentally, alternate Michael has the same blade. Maybe Michael's blade just always has looked like this. Michael is the oldest and the strongest, hence he gets a funky blade, which Asmodeus happened to stumble upon as well. But would it work? Here's the thing. If alternate Michael's blade wouldn't work, it would be because it only applies to his universe's archangels. But if our funky blade wouldn't work, it would be because it isn't legit. But then, no. I'm overcomplicating this for myself. Gabriel was held captive with it. I just had a crazy conspiracy thought that when God designed the blades, he gave Lucifer a real one, but Michael a fake one because he loved and was rooting for Lucifer more, but there's no way I'm going down that plugged rabbit hole, so back to the topic at hand. Anyways, my point is, I think through one of these means, in whichever way it was done, both Gabriel and Lucifer are both still alive, either by half-baked blades, or blades from the wrong universe, or overpoweredness, or just overall faked deaths. You get the picture. Or in the least, they're trapped in their vessels. Hear me out. Crowley said that he cut into Nick's body and etched the cage's warding into his cells on the molecular level, preventing Lucifer from escaping. Lucifer was eventually granted the ability to use his powers again, but I don't think he was allowed to leave the vessel. That was the cost for getting a suitable vessel. He couldn't leave it. Now, I'm not sure if we ever see him leave it afterwards, or if it was implied or something, but the implication in general is that Lucifer has overall got some sort of permanent tie to this vessel. So even if he were to be killed, his essence would possibly remain unconscious, lying dormant in Nick. And my theory? I theorize that Sam will try to use the funky blade on Michael, but it will not have the reaction he's expecting. Michael won't die, and then Sam will come to the utterly horrific realization that he's been harboring Lucifer all this time. Now, maybe Lucifer is serious about not remembering. Maybe he's serious about thinking he's actually the long-gone spirit of Nick. Amnesia, serious injury, etc. I don't know. But I don't think we've seen the last of Lucifer, or by this logic, Gabriel either. They shockingly brought Nick, a boring and pointless character, back to life for a reason much greater than what we're being led to believe. And I can't get more hyped for the episodes to come, mainly because alternate Michael doesn't know that Gabriel has a tendency to fake his deaths over and over and over. But especially hyped because they said they'd delve more into the empty this season. I hope they let out our Michael, but then maybe he'd team up with the other Michael. Or maybe Michael's old vessel is somehow alive. Maybe they'll let Adam out of Lucifer's cage. Season 15 villain? Or maybe a part of their deal, Michael got Dean as a vessel and Lucifer was allowed to escape by Michael not telling Dean Lucifer was still alive. Michael secretly knew Dean was the ultimatum vessel. We intentionally never saw them make the deal, and Lucifer stopped Jack from killing Michael when Michael quoted their deal, so bring it on. I'm curious AF. Until next time, I'm the Theorizer.